another. Appreciate everybody for jumping in.
I know it gotta be seen. I forgot about it. All right, what was you saying though? You was talking about spits.
EJ, yup.
Okay, let's talk. What's up? I don't know what you finna say. What's on your mind?
Well, what's the storyline with him and 3 Crew? I know it's old news. What happened?
With Bud?
No, not Bud.
Okay.
Talking about Mo.
Oh man, I'm listen, man. I'm not gonna speak on that, bro. I'm gonna just tell you to be honest, bro. I'm not gonna speak on that.
There you go.
Yeah,
See how grimy things can get?
Yeah. It's one of them things to where if you speak on it, I want to keep the temperatures down in Dallas. I'm gonna say
there we go. There we go.
You know, this is tense, and we can't afford no north side versus south side type of mentalities going on in the city. You know, because the north side and the south side have always been separated, but never been at war, and that whole situation presents an opportunity for local war that don't need to start. And it'd be ugly on everybody. And nothing would be safe, and no area would be safe.
And that's, my friend, is street talk versus professional talk.
Yeah.
And it's a difficult thing to be with.
Right.
It is.
Yeah. So, you know, I do have an opinion, and we'll talk about it out there, you know? But, yeah, peace to everybody, and for the people that lost their lives, we definitely have condolences for the families, and we definitely want to be the voices that say, everybody, let's chill out, man. Let's get a little bit more grown in our rivalries.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
Man, I'm talking. I ain't even set up the show. Yeah, we got Big in the house. We got the OC, man.
You know, Big Game James started a whole new era of name calling. Oh my God! I was watching the DallasCowboys.com.
Okay.
And I love to read. You gotta always read in life. And I was reading up under the comments, and they were saying, "Baby nuts, baby nuts." I said, "Man, that needs to be trademarked and claimed by Big Game James." You know,
hey, it is his. Listen,
it is his.
Yeah.
I can see somebody making T-shirt, "Baby Nut."
Say, hey, they be all. I mean, when I say they always on my channel with baby nuts, bro, I just be tripping out. I be like, man, shout out to Big James,
right?
The baby nuts, bro, because everybody know who start with. Everybody don't know. You need to know.
They need to know. Shout out to my dog, Big Game James.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside.
Man, yoga fire.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same.
Come on.
I still save and roll my change.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, now switching sides, now it's T. Used to size up for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer.
We need to find that drop, you know, when they die.
I got that drop. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's
let me hear it.
is this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
I got that drop though, you know what I'm saying? I got that drop. All right, man.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I got too much going on over here, man. The final
good.
word is in the house, man. What's up, fellas?
What's good?
What's up, y'all?
All is well.
All right, Big. You know we kick it off with you, man. Somebody showing a lot of love, bro. Somebody came in the door, called us the best show, bro. Come on, man. They showing love out there. The best show alive. Man, Big.
Man.
It's because you, bro. It's because
No,
you,
it ain't.
Big.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Don't
You
do
know
that.
what I'm saying?
Don't do
Let's
that.
kick it off.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big, man.
Big game James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Started off with the big game, James, man.
Well, we started out. We was before we came live. We was talking about, we was gonna talk about certain things and certain situations. I'm gonna keep it real. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I already know how I feel about certain things, but maybe things. Since I want to, Law was spitting some things to me. I want to hear some things, but I want to really hear how y'all feel about this situation that happened. I just kind of want to get your real deep thoughts on it for real, and I just kind of want to bounce off of it.
I kick it off. So
All right.
I did a video on Kelvin Joseph's, and I call it a wake-up call because, in my opinion, when I look at the tea leaves, it looks like he's headed towards getting out of this, and I'm judging him based on the standards of the law and the standards of the American system, which is innocent until proven guilty, because there are scenarios that could have led up to somebody being murdered and you wasn't a true accessory to it, right? So when you have a scenario that can play out and there's no witnesses, then I'm going to naturally assume the innocence on that. And one of the good things when you look at it from how DPD works, the fact that you had 3 people question and he wasn't, and they didn't arrest him, right, or indict him, to me that's saying that their stories lined up to somebody acting foolishly and he not having something to do with it. Because if he did, or was egging it on, or had contradictory stories between the 3, he would have been indicted on the spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you're hitting it right on the head. From a legal aspect of it, dealing with a lot of detectives and knowing a lot of lawyers, from a legal aspect of it, and knowing the stats of Texas, nobody want to keep a case open for too long.
Right.
They want to keep it a situation where they got something shut down and closed. And once you have somebody that admitted that they were the ones that pulled the trigger, then it's hard to pull that back and say, okay, I want to get greedy and get 3 cases. And when you have a endless amount of money, even if you look at Kelvin Joseph, his money is endless at this point because of his rookie's contract as a 2nd-round draft pick. He can push that money to the lawyer and be like, hey, I didn't do it. And if you have 2 guys already saying that they were the ones that contribute to the murder, then it's hard to recant that and then to put it back out there to go into trial. Keep in mind, the trial process is charged by the state, and the state don't want to pay money. They don't want to go to trial. They don't want to have all of this stuff in the news and everything. So you don't go to trial when somebody already admitted that they did it. And there's a thing I want you guys to look up. It's called transactional immunity. And they could have hit Joseph with that and said, okay, if you bring us these guys, then you're immune to any criminal charges.
Right.
Now on the flip side, everybody, I want you guys to pay attention to this. It is a bad situation for the Cowboys brand and organization, and it's a bad look for Kelvin Joseph, right? But he is not arrested, but he is not clean of it because the family, Cam Ray's family, can still go at this thing from a civil aspect of it. So he's not left off the hook. They can still go into a civil litigations with that and take money from Kelvin Joseph because he was aware or he was at that scene or he was with said party. They can go at that angle. But from a criminal aspect of it, he already 2 other guys that said, hey, I did it. And if you guys think of the Plies situation, go back and look up Plies and his brother, right? Same situation. Plies' brother said, hey, Plies, you the one that got the star. You the one with the money. You the one got your career jumping off. It was me. I did it. Look that case up. That's all I had to say on that.
Well, this is an extremely interesting situation, to say the least. By all accounts, is headed toward being clear in this situation, but in the court of public opinion, his name is tarnished. You know, his reputation is tarnished. Why? The question is this, and this is not condescending or judgmental, but here's the of some young athletes, it's the judgment in the crowd, and it's why are you hanging around people that would actually kill someone, right? Why are you fighting in the street, right? And are hanging around people that will fight in the street? So this is a grace and mercy situation, man. He was graced to apparently get out of this. I do believe that he will probably get sued by that family in a civil suit situation because of his stature and the fact they know he has money. But hopefully, man, he can make better choices, and they can put, security and a watchdog from the Cowboys around him the same way they used to do Dez Bryant, if they believe in his potential and his ability to protect him from having any further incident, man. I mean, this is what it is. So, grace and mercy is the theme of the day because it could have easily went the other way with his boys turning on him or blaming him or not stepping up and confessing, to this crime.
All right. So I've been listening to all y'all. And I mean, I really feel, especially when I was listening really you, boss, because I really want to hear your opinion on it. My thing is I kind of just, I'm bouncing off what the OC said. I said it on my show is that, you already had those things when we talked about, you already had those things going on with LSU. I mean, as far as issues, red flags at Kentucky, it could be minor things, but people say those are minor things, but they become major things where they're not dealt with. And my opinion, I feel like those things have kind of just been like kind of swept underneath the rug, and you're out kicking it. And I know we all done kicked it, done did things, but I said you're in a situation last year when they drafted him that the spotlight is going to be on you. Right. The spotlight is going to be on you. You already had those things on you, so the spotlight is going to be bigger on you because of those things. So why put yourself in these situations, especially like, okay, I don't know how good you knew those guys, but you didn't know they had pistols. Maybe they did something recklessly, but you with people that had pistols, and you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? You got to move a different way now. You have to, because spotlight is on you, and any little thing can happen. It's going to be instantly on you. And also, I just feel like he's in the news right now, but a lot of people, if he was like an undrafted player or if he was a 7th-round draft pick, will we be having him on the final word talking about him right now? I'm keeping it real. That's why I asked. A lot of people talking about worrying about Kelvin Joseph, but a lot of people just worried about because he was a 2nd-round draft pick and they want to see him starting on the opposite side of Trevin Diggs and don't really care about the person of Kelvin Joseph. And my thing is I'm on the person and situations and the personality and make sure and all that's good, because you've already had prior incidents. And so let's say you do get off and everything is good. How many more chances is it going to be before, we can say, okay, that happened again? I mean, how many times is this going to happen? In my opinion, that's where I'm frustrated is how many times is it going to happen, because it's already been following you. You know what I mean? And would everybody really be caring if he wasn't a player of this stature as a second-round draft pick and could be a starter? Will we all be talking about him in the news like that every single day? Would it be popping up and we all be going off about it? You know, and that's why I say make sure we care about Kelvin Joseph, because I don't think a lot of people do. I think they just worry about him starting on the opposite side of Trevin Diggs and losing that second-round draft pick and the player, not the person.
I absolutely 1,000,000% agree with you, Big Game James, and that's life too. You know, people look at people differently depending on what they can bring to the table. People get slighted because of where they position at in life. When Michael Irvin stabbed old boy that was trying to get that haircut in the neck with a pair of scissors, I mean, he was Mike Irvin. He was the playmaker, a Hall of Famer. Well, going to be a Hall of Famer when his career is over with, right? No one looked at it like, hey, you stabbed a dude in the neck, you know? So I get it from both ways. I understand what Kelvin Joseph did was absolutely wrong. Right? It was wrong. It was egregious. It was something that you can't bring life back onto this planet. But from the eyes of Kelvin Joseph and some of the people, especially their investment in the second round pick, and we know that the Jones family refused to say, hey, we're wrong. We know that that's the case in the scenario. Heck, they got outside kids that they don't even want to claim, right? So I understand that. But the problem is with this whole entire situation is that the Jones family, when they went and they talked about all of this stuff that we're just not hearing now, Stephen Jones said character only counts for 25% of their evaluation. Well, they need to probably look back at this and say, okay, let's bump it up to at least 45 to 50% of our evaluation. And we could have had Ashanti Samuel Jr.
Exactly. That's what I'm just saying.
Have
I
this
didn't mean to cut
conversation
you
right
off
now.
on that, Law.
No, you're right.
That's where we talk about Stephen Jones. I don't know if that's even a segue to it, but that's the frustrating thing when I hear him say those type of things to try to make it look like, oh, absolutely. We absolutely character. And you had Asante Samuel. You didn't look at character on the aspect. You looked at the measurables. You looked at this dude's about 6'1". He's got 4.3 speed. He's matching everything when he's trending up. Let's go ahead and attack that. You had a player in Asante Samuel who was ready-made, pro-ready, and you could see it in the tape. And you could see it in the bloodlines. You could see it in the attitude. You could see it in the work habits. But you went past it because you wanted what? Measurables. So I don't want to hear the character thing all the time. Like I said, I'm not hating on Randy, but you knew about Randy Gregory. You knew about him way ahead of time. You still did it because you knew you needed a war daddy. And you was like, we'll take the chance. It'll be okay.
Keep going. Talk about
Jalen.
Yep.
I mean,
Jalen Smith.
not even and Jalen Smith. Greg Hardy. Remember when Greg Hardy, he had that, everybody was like, don't get him, but you know why you got him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't want to hear that the character is, we evaluate that seriously. No, you look at that talent. And if that talent is really good, you're going to tell yourself in your head, well, we can make this work. It wasn't that bad. We can make this work. We can surround him and get him some people. That's what you say in your head, because that's what a lot of teams say in their head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off too, Big Game James.
No,
I meant to say when I said character. I meant to say also they used that with previous injuries. So that's why I said Jalen Smith. I didn't want people to say, "Hey, Law saying that Jalen Smith was a character issue and Sean Lee." No, they evaluate previous injuries with that same cup of tea with the evaluation, the character and the injuries. But go ahead.
Hey, I want to say something real quick just to kind of throw another curveball in this, because Big Game James, you brought up Stephen Jones, right? And his comments on it, we go talk about that. But before we talk about Stephen Jones comment about this Kelvin Joseph stuff, this is likely a Dan Quinn guy, right?
I believe it.
Yeah, because the one thing that we all noticed about last year's draft is last year's draft took some chances that Jason Garrett type of guys did. Can we just say that, man? Can we just
Yoga fire, yoga flame,
right? So it's one of those things where is this is this, Dan Quinn's guy? And what are the Cowboys gonna do about it?
Wait it out.
Wait it out. Yeah, exactly. That's
They're
what I
gonna,
think.
yeah, they're exactly going to wait out. If he comes out scot-free, they're going to keep him. I mean, they're not going to do anything.
Right.
I mean, should he get disciplined by the team? I
Yeah,
think it's just frustrating to me. I didn't mean to cut you off, OC, but I'm just frustrated because I'm not. Y'all understand this? I'm all about second chances and not being judgmental or nothing.
Yeah.
But you've already seen so many things like this happen in Dallas, right? We've seen this time and time and time again, and you already got this cloud going over the team. So yes, you can wait it out, but what if something else happens with something else? You know what I mean? It just feels like there's never really no discipline to something that y'all really want. See, there's discipline to Amari Cooper, right? Y'all discipline him. Y'all was on him, and then y'all got rid of him. He wasn't in the news. He wasn't getting in trouble. He wasn't doing nothing crazy. But y'all ain't like him, and y'all got rid of him. But other people who doing wild stuff, getting in trouble, doing crazy stuff, but y'all like him, and that's a draft pick that y'all picked, and y'all hand-picked guy. So we gonna sit back and kind of let this wait out. You see what I'm saying, dog?
Yoga fire. Yoga claim.
Yeah, big game, James.
OC, could you put your phone down some, just a little bit?
Man, I'm driving, man, so it's kind of hard. So you asked for a lot, big balls.
Make it happen, man. Make it happen. No excuses.
Try to do the best I
Yoga
can. So,
fire. Yoga claim.
So look, man, big game, James. You bring up a truth amongst truths, big game. A truth amongst the truths that the Cowboys like they bad boys. It's not about character.
Fire.
The Cowboys brought in Haley. Okay, Charles Haley. Okay. Charles Haley from the 49ers. So it's not about having top-notch character. Let's not fool ourselves. It's about going for the most talented people that can try to help you win, all right? And so my only issue is this. If that's your stance and that's your business model, then you have to be really smart about how you manage your high-risk investments. You got to manage high-risk investments. Going back to my previous point, they had a detail around Dez Bryant. And Dez Bryant didn't hang out with nobody that was shooting people. If you know that this young man has a checker pass, and I'm not going to compare him to Aaron Hernandez, but I compare him in this sense. Aaron Hernandez had a checkered pass even before he got signed with the Florida Gators. He had a checker pass while he played for the Florida Gators, right? The Patriots still drafted him, all right? So we know that it was trouble that caused Kelvin Joseph to go from LSU to Kentucky, and trouble there. And right, living in
man,
understood that dynamic.
Hate it.
Well, listen, we understood the dynamic. I'm not hating. I'm just telling the truth. We understood the dynamic.
No, we didn't say hating.
When he got drafted. Okay, cool. So I'm saying if you're going to draft him, right, you're going to make the investment, right, then why do you leave him to his own devices? Don't leave the man to his own devices. Put support around him. Give him a security detail. That's the bad part that I don't like about this situation, because you understand that at the time, and I'm not coming down on Kelvin. I wish him the best. I hope this whole thing works out. So I'm not judging him, all right? I'm not coming down on him. But what I am saying is that at this point, he doesn't have the maturity. He hasn't displayed the maturity and the judgment to make great decisions socially and all those things. So you got to kind of be more protective of that investment. That's what I'm saying.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Man, y'all give the OC a hand
Put
clap.
hashtag straight
Goodness
business in the
gracious,
chat.
give the OC a hand clap. Because this boy, the OC, was driving, speaking, and holding the phone at the same time.
At the same
missing
time.
And my
beat.
flashlight. And my flashlight.
And
my
a light.
flashlight.
Man, I saw it.
man.
I'm watching him. I'm looking. I say, this boy, look, he holding the phone, driving, got a light.
Dedication.
Dedication, man.
Dedication.
Say, man, give this
For the
boy
nation.
a hand.
Dedication.
Perfect.
I got him.
Perfect.
Yeah, man.
That boy good.
Draft him. Draft him.
Fourth pick, the Cowboys select
He got the music.
DOC.
Music.
Draft him. Draft
Y'all
him,
funny.
bro. I was picking it. I was
y'all
like,
funny,
is he gonna pull this off? He did.
But you guys know how this thing rock, man. You know, I like Dwayne Goodrich. You know, I thought that he was going to be phenomenal for the Cowboys. And then that big dark cloud came hovering around Texas, right? And Big Gay J, I know you like. Did you like Dwayne Goodrich?
I liked him from Tennessee. I thought it was gritty. But guess what? Bam. And then, I mean,
killed two people.
You see Damian Wilson just got in trouble again. So you seen about the same type of stuff. So that was already there. You feel me? So I just don't want to hear about how they view character and character. They look at it. Yeah, they might look at it a little bit, but they look at that talent, dog. And if they got that talent, they're going to say we can fix it. But just like OC said, you should have put somebody around Kelvin Joseph because you should have already known this ahead of time. Stop going in there like you didn't know. Certain players like Michael Gallup, okay? Let's keep it real. You going to have players around Michael Gallup. You going to have people around Michael Gallup, y'all?
Man,
no,
because you already know you're gonna be all right. But Kelvin Joseph, yeah, you need to have something around him,
right?
And you didn't.
Yep.
And you see what happened. Yep. And all I'm gotta say is though, we all jumping up in arms, but if he went a high pick, ain't nobody jumping up in arms about this player.
But you know how the Cowboys roll, man. Josh Brant wasn't a high pick, right? And they still was like, hey, we gonna bring him in.
Yep.
We look, the Cowboys are a land of second and third and fourth and fifth chances. And I can only imagine he killed his own teammate, Jerry Brown.
Yep.
So it's a situation
and
that,
they let him back on
Jones
the team
family,
to play. He just
they
couldn't
let
play.
Him back on
he
the team.
quit.
He just couldn't play.
They wanted him back to play.
Right. So it's a look, the Cowboys, man, organization, man. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because what happened?
How many times
everybody was pissed off. But
no.
Hold on, everybody was pissed off when we passed up on Randy Moss, right? Oh, you should have pulled.
You know
the
why
trigger,
he did
Jerry.
it though? That wasn't him trying to be good. That was him because he ain't want to hear the heat and he was worried about it.
He didn't want to hear it.
He ain't want to hear it. That's the only reason why
Right.
he did. That's why he went and got Dez Bryant the second time.
And Dez, I love Dez, but he ain't no Randy, you know. But I get it.
But you get what I'm saying, man. It's just like, look, I love my Cowboys. I promise you, I do. But man, dog, this stuff that I be hearing, and I ain't saying that'd be perfect. Not even with the Kelvin Joseph shit with stuff. I'm sorry, I mean to curse. I apologize.
You good. Come on, bro.
But just listen to Stephen Jones, dog. Like, you know, when I listen to Jerry, I was thinking this in my head. Jerry just would frustrate me. When Jerry talk, he just frustrate me. He ain't never annoy me. He just frustrate me. Not just my man. But Stephen Jones, he actually annoys me. Because when you speak, it's just like, dude is dancing around like, dude, and they weren't even asking tough questions to me, fellas. They weren't asking, but they were asking good enough questions. And one of the questions they asked this dude, and they said, so what do you look for in a guard? Zach Martin. What? You're the director of player personnel over Will McClay. You make the final decision. He said, what do you look for in a guard? You said, Zach Martin. I mean, that'd be a great. And every time they asked you a question, you just skated around everything, dancing around it. Don't give no, and then at the end, you want to give justification. I mean, Amari, yeah, he was a great player. He was a great player. But, you know, maybe we, you know, now it just opens the door for CD. I'm like, man, shut up, dog. And now we got Dorrance Armstrong Jr. He can match the production. When you look at the production, bro, how many times have we seen people on the field get like 12 sacks? But then when you look at the tape, you're like, oh, how did he get 12 sacks? Oh, 4 of them was against garbage players. 2 of them didn't even block. So really, you got 6 sacks, right? So all I'm saying, now you're trying to use the justification. Oh, he only had 1 less sack. Okay, but we all know, I ain't hating on Dorrance Armstrong Jr., but we know he's not a better pass rusher than no Randy Gregory. You're just trying to justify it in your head, you scary. And that's what you scary, dog. And that's why I call you that name. I call you that name because, see, they come at you with these tough questions and they ain't tough, and you clamor. Well, imagine if somebody gave you some hard questions. Like when Clarence Hill came at you, he was like, you remember when Law played that video and Clarence Hill asked you that question about Amari Cooper? He said, you can't deal with those questions, dog.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy. Big game, James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Oh man,
boy, right there. Hey, Big Game James, you know what's going on? You know what it is? You know what it really is? You see, this is what it is. Jerry Jones got it really out of the mud.
yeah.
Stephen Jones is getting it clean.
Yeah.
His hands are not dirty like Jerry. That's why you got that feel like, man, at the end of the day, I know Jerry want to win naturally in his heart at all costs.
Steven ain't got it in him.
Steven ain't got that in him, nah.
He ain't got it in him, y'all. He ain't got it in him. He ain't got it in him. And when Jerry go, we're going to see how much he ain't got it in him.
Yeah, man.
See, he think he got it in him because Jerry's around. See,
Yeah.
he think that's still his protection. But he ain't, when Jerry ain't around and all that pressure, he going to fold. Just like he all scared. I don't want to say nobody out there to keep the money. Man, dog.
Yoga, fire. Yoga,
I don't want to
flame.
hear him no more, dog. I'm sorry. Like, I wrote an article coming out of media school about him thinking he was going to be good. Y'all was deceived. Smack myself 10 times for that, dog. Smack myself 50 times for that, dog.
Hey, real quick, Big, I know, bro, you said you don't want to hear about Steven no more, but we got some more Steven for you, big dog.
I'm always hearing about him.
Yeah, I got some more Steven for you right here. All right, the first one was on Boss Man. This one is like he threw cold water on the thought of us moving up. What's your thoughts on that one?
Bro, he's scary. Dog. He loved compensatory picks. He just loved gathering picks, don't he? He just gather them up like he a miser. He just gather them up like he got a big big house and he just put all the compensatory picks in there and he just hide everything. He's like a little miser. You get on my nerves with that. And like we still got money available and he's still talking about we're still looking. I mean, bro, like, and then he gonna sit there and say, after those guys left, I like where the team is headed. I like where we're headed. And I know where, man, bro.
Look at this one, because he also talked about right here, you know, Michael Gilkin, right? He said Cowboys Stephen Jones on 105.3 The Fan. I know Amari Cooper was a great player for us, but this might allow certainly CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, who we all know he's not gonna be ready.
And look what he says. Look what he says, boss. He said, who knows?
Bro.
That's your who knows?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna jump in there because that's a bunch of nonsense. Because CeeDee Lamb got more targets than Amari Cooper. He's the guy that called for over, I believe, 1,100 to 1,200 yards this past season. So how much of a bigger role is he gonna play? He's going to catch for 1,500 yards now? Maybe. I mean, that's just a bunch of malarkey and nonsense, man. Michael Gallup, when he was healthy, his first couple years caught for over 1,700-something yards. The next 2 years when he was involved in the offense, catching 60 to 70 footballs. So, man, this is just a bunch of play on words and goulash because you really don't understand what you're doing. You really don't know football that well, and you're trying to compensate by just mincing words and being a wordsmith. A wordsmith is just coming up with a bunch of words, but you're really just saying a whole bunch of nothing. And that's what I see with the situation. And until they give the reins to a real football guy and let a football guy really run this from head to toe, they're going to struggle, man. They're going to struggle with the key decisions. Because a lot of times the Cowboys believe they have this philosophy. Good things come to those who wait. Right? So we wait and we're not super aggressive in free agency. We wait and we get some things at the end after the draft. And some of those things this past season have worked out well. So that's not completely wrong. However, good things come to those who wait. the leftovers after those people who have hustled. And so the premium picks and free agents are gotten by those people who make aggressive moves and hustle. That's my opinion in the matter.
Real quick. This gonna be quick, Law. Check this. My boss Bob Heck say I wouldn't move up. You know what? I 99% agree with Bob Heck. The more I think about it,
that.
Huh?
It ain't about that. I feel you. I ain't even talking about being aggressive in that draft because we're gonna have a plethora of picks and this is a deep draft. So this ain't about proving Stephen Jones. This ain't nothing about that. This is still his conservative style. You know it, boss.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
agree.
his conservative style.
I was actually just trying to change the subject to.
Oh, okay. My
should
bad.
we move
down? Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. Yeah.
So,
but if we can get some extra pick,
wait,
if we can get an extra pick,
am I hearing all of y'all cool with moving down?
If we can get an extra
pick,
I'm
not.
We already did it.
Whoa! I knew it was gonna be a fight up in here.
Why not?
I knew it.
Why not?
Yoga player. Yoga
same because it's 3-on-1. It's 3-on-1 this time, big dog. What you got?
We're gonna have a good day.
Because I'm ready to fight too. Listen.
Finish it.
So
hold on, real quick. One more button. Go ahead.
All right, so listen. The reason why you don't concede to move down right now is because we don't know the order of the draft. If you move down or up has to be determined when you get around pick 18 or 20, right? If there's a run, stop hitting stupid buttons. If there's a run on certain players that you cannot need, that you won't need, see you gonna drown me out by hitting buttons, womp, and laughing, and not even hear the point of what I'm saying, right? So y'all play super dirty, man, super dirty. So look, here's the deal. If you have a chance to get a Davis, if you have a chance to get a premium offensive tackle, if you have a chance, you don't want to preemptively move down. You want to see how the draft and the pattern of the draft is unfolding. Then you can still trade out of that pick when you get around pick 18 or 20 if you want to move down and accumulate picks and it's not going your way or a few positions of choice that you might like. I don't think that you preemptively do it until you see the lay of the land on the draft day in terms of how things are falling when you get around 18 to 20. That's my opinion.
I mean, you all preaching the same thing, man.
Yeah,
we all said the same thing.
Yeah,
you just said you bite the apple. We talking about slicing the apple. It's still the apple,
right? That's why I said 99% because it's only a couple of players I would be willing to move up for.
Oh, Jordan
Davis.
Who else? Right?
Yes.
Who else? Maybe Wyatt right there at that spot.
Maybe that's it. That's for me.
I ain't moving up no Devontae Wyatt.
If he's right there and you know for sure that you really covet him, and Davis is already gone, so you just sit still, right?
I would only go up for Jordan Davis because he's a real freak. He's a Parsons of defensive tackle. You know what I mean? I would take a once in a 20-year player.
If George Karlaftis fall to the 15th, then I'm trying to figure out how to move up to get him as well. Now he's one of the guys that on the edge that they did say.
So you give up a 2-for-1 for Karlaftis?
If he's right there at a range 16, 7. Look, you're gonna have to go ahead and say, okay. You wouldn't do it. Let me see the chat.
No.
Chat, what y'all doing, chat?
Go ahead, chat.
If he falls to like the 17th, 18th, you move up a little bit.
At 24,
going crazy.
You got to give up stuff to give up 7 spots.
That's a lot of spots.
You know how much you got to give up for 7 spots?
Yeah, you go give up about 2 picks.
What do we get? What do we get when we slid back 13 spots to pick? Hold on. What do we get when we slid back 13 spots to get Zach Martin? Or was it Travis Frederick? What did we get?
A third round.
Was that in the first round?
That was the first round. We was in the first. We slid back to get him.
He was the last pick. Back. He was like the 30th pick.
I think we got a third round.
About, we moved 13 spots. We slid back.
Yeah, but to move up,
I don't see it.
With this defensive end class, I would say no. That's just me though.
I wouldn't do it.
And listen, I'm not
And
mad
he's a
at
good
your
player.
See, this is the thing about this type of debate. Nobody wrong. Because law is hound him. If you hound a guy, you be aggressive for the guy you hound.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
For sure.
I'm not that high, but that don't mean law is wrong. He just wrong to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way. But hey, that's only if
setup.
that world exists. That's only if that world exists.
Great setup.
But
Didn't even see it coming.
Hey, the more the merrier. That was a good one though, boss. That was a good one, man. Hey, every time I'm driving around Dallas, I see y'all name everywhere, man. Law Boss is everywhere on the billboard.
Boy, Law Boss. They talking about us. Like, share, subscribe. Law Boss.
Let me ask a question to you guys. Let me submit a question. Let me throw a slight curveball. Would you not move up a couple of picks for Trayvon Walker, the Georgia defensive end?
Nope.
If he was available around 20, would you not move up?
Nope.
Is he not worth moving up? Because,
Nope.
listen,
He's a boomer bust. He's a boomer bust.
Wrong.
You know that, OC. He's
It's
boomer
all fake
bust.
news. It's phony stuff.
You know
It didn't happen.
y'all are tough. Boy, y'all a tough crowd, man. So look, man.
Hey, that boy Mafe might be better though, man.
Oh,
He
no,
could
we
be.
definitely ain't
He
doing
could
it.
be.
But is he ready
But
for that
Walker-
now? Moving up?
Walker, look, I'm saying not a big move up. I'm saying a couple moves up. If Jordan Davis is gone, if the top 3 linebackers are gone, right, and if your top 4 offensive tackles are gone, right,
So,
would you
OC.
consider it?
You are fake news.
Yep. Oh, that's
'Cause
wild.
you know you could probably get another good DN in that second round.
Right. And see,
You know you could, OC.
now, I can see why the OC on that, though. And you know I'm messing
I
with
see
you on
why
them
he
buttons.
is, too.
I'm just be giving the OC a hard time. That's my dog. But Walker have
Y'all
a
don't think
lot
he
of
boomer bust?
upside, bro. I
But
see
he's
why
boomer bust.
Upside.
the upside
boomer
on
bust.
him. Now, the technical side, I don't see it. OC, do you see
Yep.
it? You see the technical side?
No, I don't see the technical side of it.
Okay.
What I do see is
No,
another
I'm saying
guy that
in
can
his
come
game. In his game.
No, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
No, I don't see the technical side of it. I see a raw athlete
Right.
that can get up the field and use his athleticism and just ability, right? And so a lot of times until you work out the technical nuances of your game, when you come into the NFL, you're going to have to rely on that raw athletic ability and strength and speed and quickness, which I think he has, right?
In
the technical
spades.
nuance, beating you at the top of his rush,
Yeah.
counter moves, all those type of things. No, but I'm looking at it from a perspective of, hey, we don't have Randy Gregory. We have Micah Parsons. We got Tank. We need another defensive end at some point in the building. And if you're value shopping like a Stephen Jones and you want to get somebody cheap on a rookie contract, a guy with raw ability, it might be on the table. That's the only reason why I asked that question.
Straight business.
Good
Put
point.
hashtag straight business in the chat.
Good stuff.
All right.
Man,
Let me ask you this though.
That's some good stuff.
All three of
Good
y'all. All
stuff.
three of y'all. Let me ask y'all this.
For real.
That was good
On
stuff.
this, on the real tip.
Still
How
not
can
doing
you
it.
properly? Because I like Trayvon, but how can you properly evaluate those linebackers when you got that front that's just so nasty that everybody contributing? Is it a product of that front or is it a product of those linebackers? Y'all break that down to me when y'all evaluate the tape.
It's both.
Yeah.
It's both. Because certain
the front.
plays, the front produces by producing pressure, and the linebackers just have to run downhill and clean up, right? Certain plays
Yep.
are plays that are true linebacker responsibilities, right? And that this is your quarter of the field, this is your read. So you judge them with a combination of, okay, that was a spill play because my defensive end Trayvon Walker forced him to rush, and hey, you know, my guy cleans up, right? And he's doing his job. But A, does he get there? B, how fast does he get there? C, is he making his reads and playing his responsibility in the defense at a high level versus high competition? So you grade both. That's the answer.
I
Real
think
quick.
them instincts.
Real quick, before everybody else answer that question, I did want to say something that's real important. We will be at walk-ons.
The final word.
The final word.
We will be at walk-ons for the draft. Okay?
Live at walk-ons.
Definitely on day one. So obviously that's going to be provided by Cowboys Experience. It's going to be Law Nation, the OC, Boss Cowboy. We might even have a visitation Big Game James. I just threw that out there. I don't know. But I would hope so, some kind of way. But anyway, I just want to make sure we put that out there because we know it's a lot of people watching right now. This would be a good opportunity for the people that's in Dallas to be able to come out and kick it with us, man, because we're going to be out there, man. We're going to be chilling, and we're going to be talking that good football talk. So it's going to be in the Las Colinas location, all right? So I'm going to leave this up here for a little while y'all kind of go through that question that Law asked. And I think you raising a good point on those linebackers from Georgia, because to be honest, yes, that front did make their life a lot easier. So it's harder to grade those guys. That's a good point, Law, because the environment of Georgia is actually better than likely the environment that the Dallas Cowboys going to have next year, to your point. So you trying to make sure that it's not fool's gold, and that's a legitimate concern because everybody shined because of their front, in my opinion.
I mean, I agree. I said that from the beginning, especially when you looked at Jordan Davis. But I'm sorry, when you look at Channing Tindall, Quay Walker, and then when you looked at Nakobe Dean, when I looked at them all again, I really love Tindall. I like Quay Walker. But, you know, when you talk about OC was breaking it down, you know, the position and basically the responsibilities that the front has and the linebacker has. But when you watch Nakobe Dean, instincts. That's the thing that stands out to me. His instincts.
Hey,
like,
hold on, can I slow you down real quick, bro, to give you effect? Just real quick, bro.
Give him one.
Perfect.
God, dog.
Man, instincts.
Good, man.
I mean, sometimes you see those backers and they instinctual. I mean, what do we love Sean Lee for? I mean, because he could see the play before it was happening, and he could burst in on the play and break the play up. And I think that's what we just did that draft on the Philly podcast, and Devin Lloyd was available, Kenyon Green was available, boss. But I went, you know what, y'all, we remember how we've been talking about Nakobe team?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, look, dog, he just good. He knows what to do. He knows how to get there. It's not just having him big guys up the front. He actually can get there without that. He has the instincts to be able to do it. And what do I love? Having him on the field where he can have the green dot because he can be a true middle linebacker and let Michael Parsons roam and be free. And forget all the measurements. We worried about the measurements, and I'm not trying to hate on Kelvin Joseph, but we looked at the measurements and said, let's not get Asante Samuel Jr. because he's 5'10", 186 pounds.
Ooh!
But he's a dog. He was a dog.
Right.
He said he was a dog. He said he was a dog. He said he was a dog. Look at his tape. He said he was a dog, and he said, don't look at my measurements. He said, I'm a dog, and he went out there and did it. So this is another player. Don't look at the measurables. 5'11", 228 pounds. Like I said, and boss, you remember I told you, I said I ain't looking at Dean no more because they got 6'4" and up. Everybody in that daggone room. But this is a player right here, dog, that you got to get him because his instincts are just too good. He's going to allow everybody else to play their game, and that's what you want in a middle linebacker. Keep everybody else free.
And you know who Dean reminds me of? And I say
Who remind you of? Who?
Dexter Coakley. Remember Dexter Coakley when he played for the Cowboys? A lot of people didn't like his size, but that dude was a tackling machine. He made tackles and plays all over the field and never got the respect because his measurables weren't there. But I think that Nakobe Dean is better. He's faster. He has better instinct and has more athleticism than Dexter Coakley. And Dexter Coakley was a really good linebacker for the Cowboys and underrated for several years, man.
Y'all made me put on my Twitter views. I'm pulling. Listen, I'm finna pull up this draft software right now. We wasn't drafted tonight, but we finna draft. You done put me in the spirit of drafted.
So at the end of the day, the consensus is this right here from y'all three, that the Cowboys got to get one of those Georgia linebackers, at least one of them. Is that the
I'm
case?
not-
I think-
my
Quay
consensus-
Walker. What is it? Dean or nothing?
I would be cool with any one of them.
Okay.
I don't think they go
I'm
Tyndale.
not-
I think they like Quay Walker because that's 6'4", 250, and he's every big of that size. I think they
he's
really like
slower.
that. I think they. Yeah, I know. I feel you. I feel
He's
you,
slower.
OC. I totally agree. I'm not so high on Quay Walker because I didn't see, even with all those talent there, he still was underachieving. That's what my worry was. You look at all his
Part-time,
athletic
too.
traits, where you said Walker, the other Walker, OC, where his is different, where you say his upside, he could come in and do it now. Quay Walker, in my opinion, OC, I think the measurables, I think he's an underachiever, and I'm worried about messing with him. Keep it real.
Yeah,
That's why I would go Dean
I
over
am
him.
too big. I am too
Outside
big
of
because I
Dean,
don't.
Big Game James, who's your linebacker outside of Dean? Then who's your guy? Who's your pet cat?
I mean, I like Dean. I'm gonna keep it real. I like the one kid. I like MoMA.
Big.
the one kid?
Before you say your next kid,
Leo.
I'm gonna need your help on Muma, bro. All right, when we get
Okay,
offline,
I got 3 games for you.
Yeah,
I got 3 games
because I'm trying to drink that Kool-Aid.
Get on me about that.
I'm not getting on you. I trust you. So
I know.
that's what I'm
just
saying.
I knew you was gonna get me.
Yeah, because I want you to tighten me up. I'm really trying to get my order right before the draft. You know what I'm saying? And I trust you know, I'm gonna trust me, but I know you don't BS. So when you really high on a guy, I want you to point me in a direction that would lead you to those clues. But go ahead. What was your other linebackers that Law
Well, I'm
asked you
telling you,
about?
I'm gonna tell you the main reason why I like him, boss. I feel like he has the athletic ability, and I'm for real. I feel like he's a Sean Lee 2.0, bro. When I really look at his game, I mean, he can pick the ball to sky. He had 3 interceptions, 2 returned for a touchdown, and it was his anticipation. They didn't fall into his hands. He read the play. He read the quarterback's eyes. He saw the play for him and broke on the play and ran it back for a touchdown. He knows how to hit them seams. He's already, like we talked about, the anticipation. He's already anticipating the play, and I feel like he's going to be a tackle machine, dog. I feel like he's a guy that his arrow is pointing up, and I feel like he's one of those guys that cares about the game of football. It means everything to him, and I feel like he's the guy that's going to be in the weight room. He's the guy that's going to be studying. He's the guy that's going to be and that's the type of guy you want as well. And I feel like those are the type of guys that you want, and he can wear that green dot, and he can command the defense, and you can I can still let Micah Parsons be free. My whole thing is I want Micah Parsons to be free, so you got to find a guy in that middle that's going to be able to dictate that for him.
Man, you got some love over here in the chat, man. They said Big Game James, educate them, educate us, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, Keith Floyd.
Because at this point,
And
I'm
one
gonna
quick
be
thing
honest.
I want to correct.
Just real quick, OC. Just real quick, because I'm not gonna cap and act like I finished in-depth research on everybody. At this point, I'm trying to cross my T's and dot my I's. And some people you go see better things at the last minute. Some people you go drop them at the last minute. So thank you, Big. And I can't wait till you catch me up on those 3 games. What was you saying, OC?
No, just real quick about Quay Walker. I know we have some people in the chat saying, but Quay's fast. You know, he ran a 4.5 40. But, man, he don't play 4.5. And that's the thing that I have about him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yes, he came, he did a good time. So you're correct if you're judging him based on the 40. But I'm looking at his tape, and I don't think he plays as fast as he ran. And every time I see stuff like that, it gives me a little bit concerned. I'm not coming down on him. I'm not mad if the Cowboys take him, but I just want to bring out that point real quick. Go ahead.
Trust
Don't take
the
him
tape.
early.
Yeah.
Don't take him
don't trust
early.
The Underwear Olympics, you know.
Right on. Hey, y'all.
Exactly.
I got
I
some.
like Christian Harris too. He been coming on to me too.
Yeah, Christian
I love
Harris.
Christian Harris.
That boy say
I like
love.
Christian Harris.
Love?
I love him.
Love.
He been coming on to
I
me.
love him. I love it.
What about
All right,
LSU?
okay,
Cowboys,
listen.
I love
Y'all
All
like
right,
James?
He's hurt. I liked him on
I got
first.
some homework to
Okay.
do. I do.
All right.
So Big Games go help me on Mooma. I want to know why you in love with Chris Harris, because from the games that I watch, I do like him, and I do know he'll be an upgrade over LVE in middle linebacker easily, right? But
Yes.
Love. So I want
love
to
him,
see,
dude.
and I'm not
said
tripping.
Love?
You might turn me on to something, but
Right,
I don't see
right.
Love.
Okay. Got it. I'll tell you, but
Appreciate it.
And for all of the people that's typing in Troy Anderson, you know, he's one of those guys that's raw and
he's not ready.
He ain't ready, man. I wouldn't pick him in the third round. I wouldn't do that. You know, I think if he slide and if the Cowboys fall in love with that type of guy who's a quarterback / running back / linebacker,
they would
do it all guy. that seemed like the Jones pick for us,
that's their MO. That's a Stephen Jones pick. That's a Stephen Jones pick. But didn't he look
like? Hey, did you watch Troy Anderson tape? Didn't he look like a guy that wear 55 for this team?
I mean, he do.
See, I never talked to you about that, and by you saying that, I know for sure my eyes didn't deceive me.
Your eyes telling the truth.
Troy still tackles better than him though, and that's all I can say. But he still looked the same.
Hey, I gotta listen. How y'all doing, man? I don't want to run y'all. I don't want to work y'all too hard, but I do got a topic and a draft, bro.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. Because this one, we
can't be up all night.
I can't wait to talk about this, dog. I've been waiting on this. Dalton Schultz says Cowboys will bet it with Amari Cooper. Oh, my God. I'm going to start with OC. Let's go, bro.
Well. I mean, listen, Dalton Schultz should say that because Dalton Schultz understands that, man, if they sit on all his underneath routes, he's not going to be open as much. And they had to account for Amari Cooper on double teams and on watching him crossing underneath routes, right? So he helped Dalton Schultz catch 100+ balls, okay? Yeah, I would say that if I was Dalton Schultz all day long, man, he's just stating the truth. It's not a lot I can do to elaborate, man. Go to Boss Cowboy Sports, watch some of these old videos we put up about, tons of videos about Amari Cooper and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you're stating the obvious at some point, and this is stating the obvious.
Ooh, law.
Well.
Oh, big. Go.
No. Go how you go, boss.
Well, here's the thing. They got a thing called pressure release valve, and pretty much the pressure release valve was pretty much Amari Cooper running out there because you had all of the attention and the focus on Amari Cooper. And when you're talking about teams, when they look at everything, they set on routes that was 10 yards above. They gave you the underneath, and they said, okay, if the Cowboys foolish enough and dumb enough to kill us with Dalton Schultz, let them. Because they gave him the underneath. They gave him the hook routes. They gave him the shallow drags or what have you. They knew that he wasn't going to rock it and take it to the house. And Dalton Schultz, he knows that too for a fact. So, yes, this team right here going to have to figure that out. And CeeDee Lamb, I said it before, Dak Prescott threw 10 interceptions. 6 of them was in the direction of CeeDee Lamb. That's all I'm going to say. He better step it up for the 2022 season.
Better step it up.
Yep.
Yeah. And just to bounce off that, just agreeing pretty much with all those guys. Look at last year. We seen what he did this year, right? But what do we remember about Dalton Schultz? He came in on the scene on what year? 2020, right? What was Amari Cooper's best year as far as statistically, as far as catches? 92. That was that year as well. So, of course, he's going to say that because that's when you came out of nowhere. Nobody knew about Dalton Schultz. Everybody said he was a bust. And then Blake Jarwin got hurt. And then Amari Cooper went nuts and so did Dalton Schultz. So, heck yeah, he going to say, heck yeah, this offense is better with Amari Cooper because now they all going to be on me, and I got to get my bread. And I can't be having everybody, 20 people all guard me all day so I can't get them 70, 80 catches no more. And when they drop to 45 or 50, going to be a problem. So that's why he going to definitely say why he mad about Amari Cooper not being there. You feel me? And I got one quick question. A super chat from Life Crazy 199 Holler, and he wants to ask us right quick. I had to get it out for him. He says, what do we think about drafting a tight end in the 3rd and 4th? We already know that's probably going to happen, so I think we all would probably think yes, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yes. And I got a super chat over here from Coach Marv. He says, Law tell boss, if y'all do draft tonight, trade the 24th pick for a second and third to see what you can get out of the draft. That's from your boy, Coach Marv.
Somebody got to send me one of those simulators that can do that, because the one that I have don't.
The trade back, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but what team giving up no second and third?
For the 24th.
No, 24th. You super desperate.
Yeah, that's you. Only teams that'll do that is going up to get a quarterback.
The Cowboys.
Right.
And this
Weirdo
quarterback
all right.
class don't make that possible. Really.
Hey, but please draft them quarterbacks, because if they draft them quarterbacks, if they be goofy and draft these quarterbacks, that's better for Dallas, because that's going to give a plethora of options if they draft those quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no way these should be like 3 or 4 quarterbacks in this first round. Ain't no way in Hades.
Right. Right. Well, I
Keith
definitely want to
Floyd
give
with
y'all-
another super chat, man. Let me read this one out right quick. Shultz, he says Schultz said he put on 5 pounds to block better. And he says, man, pretty much that's water weight.
No.
That's from Keith Floyd.
Nah, bro. No, that's not true. 5
What is it?
pounds
What
on
is
the
it?
NFL
Break it down,
athlete.
boss.
No. 5 pounds on the NFL athlete is not easy, bro.
Yeah, you right.
They got to
That's
make
like
those weight cuts.
A
yo.
5 pounds is like 15 pounds for real, especially if you slight.
Right. No, thank you, Schultz. Like, I'm not gonna speak negative about something that he's working on that we know he needs to improve on. Like, but
And
at
block
the
your
same
ass on Twitter too. He's super quick with that. I made
He
sure I
got
ain't
you
said
blocked,
nothing
man?
about him.
He blocked.
No,
Yeah,
I ain't said nothing about him. I know he was going. I said something. I thought he was going to get me, but I escaped.
Oh yeah, he blocked everybody. He ain't blocked me yet though. I'm surprised. I'm real surprised. But then
I don't be going
swear,
ham on it.
because
I thought he was going to get you, boss, because you be talking. You be talking.
I be busting that Schultz, man. I
You
be
be talking.
busting
I'm like,
it.
he ain't blocked you yet.
Yeah,
Man,
but
That
he ain't
video
got
you
to
questioned me.
He ain't got to you,
That
boss.
video you
He gonna
questioned
block
me,
you, though.
Big
He gonna
Game
block you,
James.
yeah.
That video
Yeah, he
video
gonna
got
block
like
you.
70,000 views, man.
Which
on
one?
Twitter. The one that I had of talking about Schultz when I was at training camp last season, heading into this season. And you was like, hey, you high on Schultz like that? He got 70,000 views, man. Because and it was just me saying that Schultz, he ain't finna fold like a wallet. He tasted that first tight end position, and he
You was
wasn't
right
gonna
on
give
that,
it
too.
back to Jarwin.
Hey, you
But
know
what
what's funny?
I really want with Schultz, though, man, to be real, I want the Cowboys to get back to 12 personnel. And if they can draft like a Jake Ferguson, or if they can draft Greg Dolchik, or if they can draft any of those guys, Isaiah Likely, or
We
even
need some speed, though. Get
Jalen
Jalen
Watermeyer. Watch Jalen Watermeyer.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's get some speed, though. But look, hey, you know what,
The
Law,
speed in
though?
this class,
When you talk
though.
about, I know, but and not Jay Ferguson ain't fast. I like
No,
him,
no,
but
I'm
he
saying.
ain't fast.
I thought you saying when you say get speed, are you saying a weapon, or you saying a
Jelani
fast tight
Woods,
end?
or
I mean, I ain't sweating Woods like that. I like some other guys over Woods. I feel like
he's
only
sixth
reason why
on
I'm
my
talking
list.
about Woods because I know they may draft him. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I ain't talking about him like that. You know what I mean?
Nah, he ain't no. Nah, he ain't.
He
He's
ain't-
sixth on my
he-
tight end list.
He ain't.
And that's
he
not
ain't
saying he bad. I just
what about that Maryland
Don't believe
kid,
the
Big
hype.
Game James?
Who?
What about that Maryland kid, James? You did some
I
reviews on
told
him.
you I like him.
like that dude.
Boss,
You put me up on him.
Boss-
I was like, God, dog.
dog. He play.
play
he
hard.
runs
He run a
hard.
4.5.
No, he runs hard. He runs through the tackles, dog. Like one person don't bring him down. He runs through the tackles and he puts an asserted effort to block, dog. Like, and he plays to his speed. You feel me?
Say
He
his
may not
name
be
for me,
super
man.
long.
Say
He's
his
like
name
about
for me.
6'3". Oh man, don't do that.
Say his name for me.
Chick Wizzo. It's something like I gotta see the name, but I like him. I don't care.
From Maryland, y'all.
Check him out.
From Maryland.
Hold on, let me
out.
pull him up.
He
I'm
ain't
gonna pull him
bad.
up. I said people trying to
He ain't
figure out who
bad.
you talking about. Give me one
Man,
second.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
try
pull
to
him up,
copy
man.
and paste his
Don't be
name.
wicked.
I'm gonna
Cut
Google
it
his
out.
name.
Let me
Look
get
at
this
boss.
real quick.
Cut it
Man.
out.
I got you. No, I got you, bro. Because
see.
people trying to figure out who you talking about. I know when people doing that.
He's from Maryland, man.
I'm gonna pull him up right now because I got to pull
I'm
him up.
telling you, man, he's sneaky, dog. Don't
Pulling him
That
up.
dude, I was like, Big Game J. I said, who the hell Big Game J is talking about now?
Bro,
I said,
he
God,
ain't bad. He
that
not
boy
bad.
good.
bro, and he
That boy
don't
good.
go down with one tackle,
Yeah.
dog. He
Okay,
don't.
I got
He
his
fights through
name
it.
right here, Big James. I'm gonna make it big for you, bro.
Okay. Oh gosh.
There it is.
Where's that?
Yeah. Can you see that?
Chigozem Okwano. That's how I really said.
Chicken.
Aquano.
You sounded like okay.
Yeah.
Chigozem.
Yeah, but
Chicken's
I got
Check 'em
all
out.
his- I got his production and measurables right here. This is some of my notes when I was writing the book.
See, he's not the 6'5". He's not the
He's about Dez
245.
height.
He's undersized, you feel me? But I'm telling you, if you watch this dude, man, he puts effort into the blocking. He's good athletically. He runs through the tackle. He plays to his speed. And I mean, hey, don't hate. Appreciate.
Real quick, what I want to say about that Schultz thing is it's just funny that we showed y'all that Schultz is a dump off king. Right?
There it is.
We showed you
Witness.
Look, and we didn't take out plays. We just let it run every time he did anything, right? And all of his production is dump offs. So it was just so funny to me that even Schultz himself recognizes the value of Amari Cooper and the fans didn't. That's just amazing to me. It's just amazing.
Dog, that's
And
$11 million.
what made Schultz open on that play, Boss Cowboy, was the mini goal of Amari going to the end zone. That's what made him open.
Yeah. And
that's what got him open.
Now, my question is, OC, are they, because some people think they retaliated on Amari for speaking out on his targets. Are they go retaliate on Schultz for speaking out about Amari?
Oh no! They just say he has fire in his belly. They're gonna say he has fire in his belly.
He gonna say he got fire in his belly. He's a straight shooter. We like that guy. We like him.
Yep. He's witnessed. He's witnessed. He's allowed to.
He get to say what's on his mind.
Yeah, he's allowed to say on his mind.
And look,
because
he says he got $10.9 million.
For that. Oh my gosh, man. Kids, y'all play tight end, man.
Play tight end. Look, this is straight finding holes in the zone. And don't come to me about he's deck security blanket. Shut up. Shut up. You can find anybody to do this, man. I'm serious.
I got a good button. I got a good button for him, man.
Hey! Stop, thief! Come back, thief!
Wait, one more time, please.
Wait a minute.
What?
Stop, thief! Come back, thief!
Yeah, and even on that last play, you saw Amari Cooper was over there creating space for the man, getting him open. So he was open to Amari Cooper.
Oh my God! Stop, thief! Stop! See?
Stop, thief! Come back, thief!
Let them have our prisoner, bro. I can see Stephen Jones now. Let them have our prisoner.
Oh my God! Lo, how you got a button? I'm sorry,
I
y'all.
got a button for everything.
He done took me out the game on that one, bro.
Get your damn act together.
I will.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
God,
man.
dog, man. Because listen, the saddest part is that $10.9 million also would have definitely helped keep Cooper. That's the saddest part. And then I'm gonna say one more thing about this Cooper thing. And I'm done with this. I probably gonna ever talk about it again. We gonna
Don't block us. Don't block us.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say, man, on this. For everybody that's celebrated Cooper leaving, just look around the league. Look at what these other receivers are doing, holding out for $25 million. How many of these guys? You feel me? Law, you feel me? Look at the noise that these guys are making, Law. These guys are unfollowing their teams. Diva stuff. Real typical receiver stuff. We didn't have that here. We didn't have that. We had a guy that even Dalton Schultz said, we not as good without him. And even while he was being under-targeted, he spoke out with class and dignity.
Yeah. That's what it was.
And grace. You got to put grace in there.
Grace, no doubt.
Because I got to say this, though. Go ahead.
Just real quick, the Cowboys are like that woman, man, that's for the streets and the universe. She don't like a good man. You know, you got to come home late. You know, you got to talk to her a little crazy. You know what I mean? You got to not show up, not return a phone calls. You know, if you're too easy, they don't appreciate you. That's the Cowboys, man. They need a bad girl. They pay Divas. They pay Dion. They pay Terrell Owens. They pay boys that complain and cry, slam the door, throw ball with the contract, throw it in your face. They get excited because they want a feeling. They want an emotion. They make decisions on adrenaline, not on logic, not on understanding what's best for the team, but understanding that, he spit on me. He spit on me. Oh, okay, I like that guy. He has intensity. Not, hey, Jerry, can we please work this out? Oh, no, they don't respect that. Some people don't respond to nothing but nasty. And that's how the Cowboys is. They respond to nasty.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat. She's for the universe. She's for the streets and the universe. She don't deserve no husband. She's for the streets, Law. She's for the streets.
He got him a bona fide point. Law, what you got?
Nice guys finish last, man. You
Facts.
know, you got to get a little thug in him. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to bring up the other point now. You know, you done laid that one up perfectly.
Finish him.
All right. So, do y'all still want to draft, or do we want to say that to next week, man? I ain't gonna, you know.
Next week.
We got 9 days, man.
Let's do it next week. All right. So,
because that'll be the tip of it'll be the right before we do it. Right before the draft.
Right before the draft. That's perfect. All right.
I'm still drafting O-line first, though. 24th pick.
Yeah.
On O-line.
Okay, final word then.
BPA.
Well, BPA, yeah. And Zion.
Oh, Zion.
I love Zion, though. I'm along that. I'm along that. Give me Zion. Give me Zion. If he's available, and Jordan Davis is not gone, give me Zion. If he's available and Jordan Davis is not gone, give me Zion.
Why you don't love him?
I like when Zion get to that second level. Big game, James. When you get to that second level, don't he move some stuff out the way?
He does.
Yeah.
He looking for work.
He's good. I like him, but I think he's a better center than he is a guard. And he doesn't play center all the time. But just watch him. When the New York Jets worked him out at center the whole week, I thought he was very good at center. And then I watched him. Some other players, some other teams kind of mix and match. Dallas even tried him at center when they had Philbin there. He had him doing some center snaps as well. I think that's eventually going to be his best position. I like his size of guard, but I don't think he's an overpowering type guard. We'll see. But I think eventually if they let him play center, he'll be a better center and guard. That's just my opinion.
Now, you do know that Stephen Jones did say that he liked those guards or those offensive linemen with positional flex.
Yep.
So,
man,
he did say that today.
No, I was just going to say that,
That's why he's
bro.
looking at Kenyon Green.
That's exactly why I think our first pick is going to be Green.
Because Green played every position.
Or it could be Trevor Penning. It might be Penning.
Yeah.
I don't think they do Northern Iowa as a top pick.
But I can see to Law point.
Yeah.
Yep.
The flex makes all of those candidates premium to Mr. Budgeter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's what we got to look at, the budget. We got to look at how they pick.
Yeah.
The budget picks. The budget picks.
2 for
because
1.
He's going to be
Stephen Jones, 2 for 1.
Yeah. Anytime we look at a pick, y'all, we already got to be looking at, like when I said Michael Parsons, as soon as they get signed, I already got to be looking at their years, what round they were drafted. So we could already see if this is going to be a negotiation problem within 3 years. Can they win something within 2? That's the frustrating thing because you already know this dude is going to be crying when Trevin Diggs already talking about Denzel Ward. He just got paid, bro. So if Trevin Diggs has some other good years, what? Michael Parsons, bro. If he keeps
Who's the
turning
better
up,
DB?
man.
Who the better DB right now, James? Ward or your guy Diggs? Because I know Ward. I know you watched all the Ward games.
Ward.
Go ahead.
Ward. I think he is better right now. I don't think he may be the playmaker but I think he's a better all around corner than Trevin Diggs right now. Yes, I do.
Agree.
Who would you take? Right now?
I'm taking Diggs.
I'll take Ward right now. Right now, I would take the trend as far as the ceiling. I think that's Diggs. But if you're saying somebody right now,
that's why I would take Diggs. That's why.
His ceiling is higher.
The reason why you say that, because he's still
his upside is higher.
Yeah,
he's still learning. He's still a baby.
Yeah, he a baby.
Yep.
With all them ball skills. So it's like
he's a baby.
Yeah, I got to go with Diggs on upside. Yeah. But
on upside.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I'm glad y'all said that on the upside part of it. Yeah.
Upside.
But I see where you keeping it real on who better today. You know what I mean? Like today. You know.
But you do know by the time Diggs is up for his contract, if the Cowboys foolishly don't extend him next year after his contract,
they need to get it,
it's going to be right around 24 to 25 APY. Look, I'm going to tell everybody now.
Or worse.
It's going to be 24 to 25 or
it's
more.
It's going to be
APY.
24 or 25
but see,
or worse.
That's the thing, fellas. That's where Stephen Jones gets in his pompous little attitude where I can wait, and then it gets smacked in the face, and then he gets to crying. Oh, see, we can't pay everybody, but it's your fault, bro. If you so smart,
and what he gonna say? What he gonna say? Big game,
you need to be seeing these guys early and hitting them early.
He gonna say, "Hey, I love to pay Diggs that money, but he ain't." Denzel Ward.
Right.
That yardage against him, all that yardage he gave up to him, he ain't saying nothing this year. But when it come down to them negotiations, he be like, well, you gave up 1,000 this year.
Yeah, we need corners that don't give up 1,000
this year. We don't. The top corners don't do that.
He gonna play it just coming. Like that too, just like that. And then this is another thing that's gonna happen. Michael Parsons going all of a sudden when this is contract year, he's gonna play mostly linebacker. He gonna be playing all linebacker. They not gonna be pass rushing him. And then when he don't get the sacks, they gonna say his sacks is not what they used to be.
I mean,
so
you got 15, 13. You only got 9. You think you're down trending.
Yeah, you're downtrending, and we got to make sure it's only so much pie to go around. It's only so much pie.
What they gonna say about Lamb? What they gonna say about Lamb?
Oh, with Lamb,
28 million API.
Oh, Lamb. Yeah, you not like those top guys. We know all of Stephen Jones. He say the same stuff every year. He just dookie on all his best players. He just pull his pants down and just lay out a fat turd on his best players, bro. They do only the Cowboys. Zeke who? Like, man, we crazy, man. The Dallas Cowboys, we are literally wild. We're crazy.
You are fake news.
How you gonna pay Tony Pollard at the end of this year? What you gonna do with Tony?
What?
He ain't gonna get
Tony.
He's gone.
He gone.
You ain't paying. You drafted. You ain't paying. You drafted. So you drafted. You ain't paying Tony. You drafted.
Kenneth Walker.
That's what's gonna happen to Tony Pollard.
Exactly.
Finish him.
Sure.
Hey, Tony, try to get your weight up for your next team.
Your next team.
Ooh, them contracts, man.
And and he not gonna get his touches again.
Right. And they gonna squeeze you.
We gonna come out throwing next year. Y'all hear me? Mark my words, Law. I've been seeing you. I've been seeing your tweets. The Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott, when they ran the ball, is what's the numbers, Law? Law been putting them
like 41-6.
All right,
41-6.
I'm gonna just use last year because everybody they've been crucifying me. Hold on.
What?
What the context said, Law? You know, but here's the thing.
Shut up.
This is where
the context is we win.
They say, well, some smart guys on Twitter. I didn't know these everybody's smart on Twitter. They said, well, Law, did you know that if the Cowboys score more points than the other team, the Cowboys are undefeated? They hit me with all this stuff. But I want to tell you guys, the ideology.
It's always
everybody super smart.
The smarty smarts.
The
Shut
smart.
But,
never play football
the
in their life.
ideology,
The smarty guys.
Wrong.
Yeah, the smarty guys. Look, the whole ideology of the tweet was they got to come up with a balanced approach. When the Cowboys do run the ball, we tend to win. And here's the thing. It's not the fact that we win in games at the end and they decided to protect the league. Because, as true Cowboy fans that watch the game, that's not really looking at the stat, we have not been blowing out teams like that to just say, hey, we're going to preserve the win by running the ball. You can't name me 10 games in the last 3 to 4 years that the Cowboys just been blowing out teams and they decided to run the block to protect the league. That's not the Cowboys' way. So what I'm trying to tell to all of those numbskulls is that, hey, when we have that balanced approach running the ball, we just a better team.
It's just facts. And it's just facts.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things to where, man, yeah, I think everything what everybody said about Michael Parsons, Diggs, and CeeDee Lamb, it's going to be the same roller coaster. It's going to be the same Kardashian model, what we used to. So since we're not drafting, we can start the final words, and I'll start it off. So, again, I want y'all to really, really, really come out for everybody that can to walk-ons, That's really important to me. I want y'all to come out if you can, because it's going to be, obviously Law Nation and I with the OC. And hopefully, I'm going to really try to see if we can some kind of way get Big Game James out there, some kind of way to help, man. Because y'all already know when we got him, it's even better, man. So y'all come on out to walk-ons in Los Colinas. I'm going to post that address again. And we're going to have us a good time. It's going to be a first-class show. Trust me, we already prepping for it. We gonna have some special guests, and most importantly, we go deliver fantastic content. So we want y'all to come out and support that. That's my final word.
All right, guys, and so I'll go next. So listen, man, hey, the Cowboys have a tremendous opportunity, man, to pick up some premium picks. I just hope that, they continue to make good decisions as they've had in the past in the draft. And so I think that the Cowboys have a chance to possibly move up and get some more picks in the draft and to get a really good offensive tackle, guard, linebacker, or potentially a DN with that 24th pick. So I'm excited and I'm hopeful for this being a draft that really strengthens our team, since we don't like to spend money, that we can go big in the draft and we can still put an excellent product on that field. That's my final word.
Well, my final word is, man, I'm glad y'all so optimistic. I'm so glad OC is optimistic. I'm going to try to bounce off that, but I'm not. I'm not bouncing off that optimism. I'm happy for the draft. I love to see the new players come in there. I think the Dallas Cowboys can get some good players. Hopefully they can rise above what we see with this Stephen Jones and just the Joneses in general. It's just frustrating when we see tons of good young talent coming into Dallas. We just seen the last 2 drafts, really good talent, yet we're still underachieving. So hopefully, this talent can come in and, take it a next step or a next level. Dan Quinn is still in the building, so I'm really excited about that. But hopefully the players are just going to have to rise above the shenanigans that go on in this front office. That's really disheartening for me.
Good points, man. My final word is this right here, and it's unpopular opinion. Cowboys, continue to do your deal in the draft. Even if it's a thing that is a questionable player, still do your homework and draft said player. We can't miss out on another Randy Moss. We can't. So if it's a questionable player, still do your evaluations. Don't shy away from it. Just be tighter on the ropes. Put places and put things around them so that they won't fall into those traps. Don't get sloppy with it. Have a strong stance. You knew that Kelvin Joseph was hanging around those questionable guys out there, and make sure you do background checks on them. If you really covet Kelvin Joseph, this situation could have been avoided if you had those things in place. And I'm not saying that you got to babysit people, but you got to figure out a plan of action. It's been 26 to 27 years since the last time we lifted that Lombardi trophy up. And one thing I can tell you guys right now, that yes, I get it. We've been mad and angry and frustrated. We have a right to do that. But at the end of the day, there are other teams that's still waiting, watching. and want to be where we at right now. So this team, we're not that far apart. We're not that far apart from the LA Rams. I get it. They won the Super Bowl. They lifted that Lombardi trophy up. They got all of the good glories of having that moment. The only thing that separates us from that is the risk of the front office and also with the coaching, the level of coaching. It's not all about the talent. You got to get somebody out there that's willing to push these boys to that next level. They shouldn't be scared going into the playoff. They should look at this moment and opportunity to stand tall and stand their ground and beat and whoop some tail this year. So regardless of what happened all through last year and this offseason, get into this draft room, roll your sleeves up, and pick the right guys. And let's go. Let's go get this thing happening. That's my thoughts.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, man, that was the final word again, man. That's how it goes. And we gonna end it off the intro. Yeah, man. So, we got the calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got one more week.
9 days, right?
9 days. So,
wonder what's really gonna happen.
Yeah. Hopefully it's quiet, man.
No, please, come back, please.
Wow.
Yeah,
man.
Yoga fire. Yoga rain.
Ooh, boy, that made the show, boy. I swear to God, man. I didn't even know you were packing that button, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh, that boy Law be packing some buttons over there, man.
They be having buttons that you'll never know.
Bro, boy, that was perfect time. Yeah, man, but I'm excited about this week coming. I'm going to be looking at you guys' channel because I know y'all go put it at overtime to bring it on home strong. So, Big, I'm going to get with you on Mooma. I promise. Okay. And then, Law, I'm going to get with you too, maybe on some last-minute thoughts. You know, right? Because I'm trying to get my list together, so I'm going to lean on my big brother. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Hey, we got to plan the time to get up there to work out our logistics, too.
No doubt.